So in today's video we're going to be fitting a Recluse clutch onto this 2005 Honda CRF 250X. The first job we've got to do is take the oil out of it. Let's get cracking. So what you'll need to take this oil out is a 12mm socket, and just underneath at the bottom of the engine there is a 12mm nut you need to take off, and just make sure you've got a bowl standing by to take some of the oil. You will find there's about 800 millilitres. So that's pretty much all the oil drained out of this bike. There's a few little dribbles left. As you can see, it ain't the prettiest looking oil. So to create a bit of room to get access to these cover bolts, you'll want to take this rear brake pedal off. You'll need an 8mm Allen key just on this bolt here. So with that off, you get a bit more room to these bolts down on this side. To take these 5 bolts off, you'll need an 8mm socket, a little ratchet, you might get a bit of oil spillage, just make sure you've got something to mop it up. And now you're ready to take your cover off. Tiny bit of oil left in there. So as you can see, this oil is a little bit milky. Like I said earlier, I did actually drop this bike into a ford. It was covered head to toe in water. We had to drain the cylinder out, and luckily it didn't break anything. So this is just the aftermath of what happens when you flood a bike. It gets a bit of oil in the engine and it goes a bit milky. So when you've got to this stage, you're going to want to take off this pressure plate. So that's held on by these 5 10mm bolts. Remove your pressure plate. So now you've got to this stage, you need to remove these friction discs. They might come out in a one piece, or it might take a couple of attempts. Do them one at a time, but look, these are coming out in one. So while you're doing this, it's a good practice to soak your new friction discs in a bag of oil. Make sure it's all fully coated. Leave it for at least 5 minutes. So the next thing you've got to do is inspect your clutch basket. Just make sure there's no major wear and tear on these fingers. If there's a little bit of wear and tear, you can get a flat file and just ease them off a little bit. If it's pretty bad, unfortunately you're going to have to replace your clutch basket. And then following on from that, you've got these little sleeve tabs to fit that come in the kit. These just push on each one of the fingers. Make sure you get them the right way around. They are quite easy just to get it wrong way. So that's all the sleeves installed. They're all seated properly, they're all the right way. So here's a little recap. What we've done is we've drained the oil out the bottom, we've removed this with an 8mm Allen head, we've took out the 5 bolts for the clutch cover, we've drained a bit more excess oil off, we've took out the 5 bolts for the pressure plate, and we've removed the pressure plate and put the springs to the side. We've took out the clutch pack, and on the CRF 250X especially, there is a spring at the back that you need to keep, so you reinstall them with your Recluse kit. So we're going to do that first. So the next thing you want to do is put your clutch pack together, slide them in one piece at a time. Start with a pressure plate, then a steel drive plate. You want to keep doing this until you've repeated it 8 times. You want 8 of each. So that's all 8 friction plates and all 8 steel drive plates fitted. The last bit you want to go on is your EXP disc. So because I bought the Recluse clutch cover, they do supply a throwout assembly. I'm going to fit that now so I don't forget it later on. We're then going to refit the pressure plate, and Recluse have actually supplied 5 of their own springs for this kit. So we're nearly there with this Recluse clutch install. We've just got this front cover left to put on. So after fitting this rear brake lever, I did notice it was actually foul in the bottom of this cover. Recluse do actually tell you that fitting this cover raises the capacity of the oil in this engine. So what they've done is they've basically made it stick out a bit further, and in doing so it was fouling on this bottom edge. So to get around this, I've packed a few washers at the back of this fixing here just to stick the lever out a bit further, and now you can see it's all clear. So once you've done this, you need to brake this clutch in. Recluse tell you to pop it in first gear without touching the clutch, raise your revs up to about 5,000 RPM and get the bike moving, do a bit of a launch. You need to repeat this 10 times, so from standstill, no clutch, up to speed, and come back to a complete standstill again without touching the clutch. And once you've done this in first gear, you need to pop it in second gear. Yet again, don't touch the clutch lever, pop it into gear, raise the revs up 5,000 RPM, get moving and bring it back to a complete standstill without touching the clutch. So I've done this with this bike, everything seems pretty good. I've had no issues with it. I will be doing a complete review of this Recluse as and when we get out on the lanes. So make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll see some more content in the near future.